Thanks for joining me on a little home office or office stretch. You do need enough room from your desk that when we go forward, you're not going to hit your head on your desk. Also, if you have rollies on your chair, make sure that you are stable right now. All right, so sitting nice and tall, both feet are planted down in the ground. If you have short little legs like me, maybe you're going to need to come towards the front. All right, we are going to start by moving through the low spine. So I'd like you to, it's almost feeling like scooping the low belly muscles in, and I'd like you to lean, rounding towards the back. Good, and then stack the spine, coming all the way back up, finding your beautiful posture. Again. Good, if you find another tempo or a speed that works for you, go ahead and do that. Should just feel nice for your body. Taking a couple minutes for yourself today. Okay, let's do this a couple more times, rounding. And sitting tall. And last one. And sit tall. We're just going to be doing a tiny bit of core work because it will help. So we're going to lift through the abdominal muscles. So we make them a little bit tight right there. We cross the hands over the chest. And I'd like you to lean back just a little bit. But I really want you to be concentrating on those belly muscles. So you lean back only as far as you feel belly muscles working, but no pain in the back. And then come back up to seated. Good. We'll do a few of these. Good, tighten them in, lengthen back. So I'm thinking about lengthening on that back diagonal. Let's do one more. And great job. We're going to be working now on those back muscles. So before we do that, bring the arms up. We're going to close and open those arms. Good, I want full range of motion right here, closing and opening. Getting that stretch through the pectoralis muscles, so the front of the chest, and also the shoulders. One more. Good, from here, stretch the arms above the head, and then pull the elbows down. Good. Can you soften the shoulders down, even though we're pressing the arms up? One more. Good, here's those back extensors that I was talking about. So tight abs, lean a little bit towards the front. Lengthen the back of your neck. So you're looking probably down at the floor now. Do the same thing. Reach the arms above the head and slide those elbows down. Nice big breath. Thinking about a strong core in the center of your body. Two more. Good, those arms stay, I call it cactus arms, and we go back to the beginning. We're closing and opening. Sliding the shoulder blades to one another. Those are really important muscles to keep strong. That helps your posture. Also helps eliminate, when we have good posture, helps eliminate headaches. Two more. Good. Come back up to seated position. Let's roll those shoulders back now. Great. We're going to take one arm over, cross it, pull that arm lightly to you. Soften the shoulders down. Other side. Long arm, light pull to you. We're going to mobilize through the neck right now. So what I'd like you to do is bring one hand and place, here, I'll do this side, place your nose or your hand on your nose. Now what I'd like you to do is think about the back of the head. Bring your face away from your hand. Moving back. Nice Frankenstein neck right there. Good. And then release. Good. So maybe you didn't come back and touch your nose again. That means your head was really far front. So let's just move. Either keep the hand there for reference. I would like you to concentrate on moving back. Okay, I'm going to take my hand down so you could see it. Thinking of the back of the neck. Good. Well, of course, only in a range of motion that feels comfortable. Don't worry about how your neck looks. It's about mobilizing right back here. Let's do one more. Good. And release. Nice job. All right, so we're going to think about making a wave through the body. This is where you don't want your desk in front of you. So we're leaning towards the front. Use the hands to help you. Lean towards the front. Let the head go last. So it's just hanging there, maybe getting some traction. Then scoop from the belly muscles. Stack the low spine. So hips first, low spine, and coming all the way back up to your seated position. Your head will be last. Let's do a couple of these. All the way front. Take your time. We don't want it so fast that it feels like whiplash. And one more. And back up to seated. Good. Let's do a little twist right here. I'm going to take my hand on the inside of my thigh today. And I'm just twisting. You could grab a hold to the back of your chair if you want to or not. Thinking about getting taller. Even look behind you. Your eyes are muscles. We need to work them. Good. Let's go to the other side. So we bring hand maybe on the inside. Let that help traction your twist. Looking behind you, focus behind you with those eyes. Let them get some movement today. And bring it right back to the center. We're going to do a little bit of hip stretching right here, taking one ankle on top of the thigh. Okay, careful if you have that rolly chair. Just to let you know. All right, so ankle is on top of the thigh. Of course, if this doesn't feel good for your knees, don't do it. It's going to be a hip stretch. So we're leaning towards the front, and I want that lengthening through the spine so you feel like your tailbone is lifting up, and that gets you the best stretch for this hip. If you're round in the spine, you're not going to feel as much, so lengthen. Deep breaths right here. Coming back up to seated. Let's do the other side, of course. Taking across. Checking to make sure that knee feels good on this side. When you're ready, lean towards the front. Again, I'm thinking about lengthening through my low spine. My abdominal muscles are lightly working because I'm thinking about lengthening out. A couple more breaths. And we'll come back up to seated position. This one will be in standing. Okay. So with my chair, it works. It really depends also on the height of your chair and the length of your legs. But let's see if we could work this out for you. I'm just going to change it so you can see it. I'm going to take one leg here. I'm working on getting a stretch in the hip flexors. When we're seated, they get very, very tight. So I'm going to move my bottom leg towards the front, and I'm gently pressing my hips towards the front so that thigh, or rather the knee, is supported right there. As I press my hips lightly towards the front. I'm still lengthening through the abdominal muscles, and I feel the stretch right here. Good. Also, when we're here, soften those shoulders. You don't need them right yet. Great. Let's change that other leg. I'll do it this way this time. Taking the knee, I move that bottom leg front, and I gently press the hips towards the front. Okay, so I'm feeling that stretch. You might have to play around with this a bit till you find it. And taking a pause. Good, we'll bring one leg, if you can, right on top. And we'll just do a light lean towards the front. Great, let's switch to the other side. Good, and a lean. Coming back up to seated position, or standing. Good. One last thing in standing, grabbing for the ankle. So nice thigh stretch. I gently press my foot into the hand to intensify that stretch. And the other leg. Great, let's come back into our seated position. I'm going to take one elbow and the other elbow on top. Trying to bring those hands together. That could be a gigantic stretch. Taking the shoulders, gently press them down at the same time your elbows coming up. Good. Let's reverse. Other elbow bottom. Switch it. Good. Release the arms. Let's take that shoulder roll again. And to close, take a big inhale, raising the arms up. On an exhale, lower it back down. 2 more times. Thank you for taking your pause with me. Have a great rest of your day.